are very lucky to have the National Arts Council.
We are, and I never forget it. I never forget it.
Magandang hapon, Pilipinas! Narito na naman ang inyong balerina ng bayan, si Lisa Macuja, na bumabati sa lahat ng nanonood sa RH TV at sa lahat ng nakikinig sa DZRH, lalong-lalo na sa ating mga kasamahang alagad ng sining at kultura sa buong bansa. Para sa mga nanonood sa atin sa RH TV, makikita nyo agad na wala po tayo sa ating studio sa Maynila. Narito tayo ngayon sa Presidential Suite ng Fullerton Hotel sa Singapore, kung saan natin gaganapin ang Art2art 5th Anniversary Specials. Opo mga kaibigan, para sa buong buwan ng Hunyo, kikilalanin natin ang ilan sa mga magagaling na Filipino artists na nagdala ng karangalan sa ating bansa dito sa Singapore, kung saan masasabi natin suportado talaga ng gobyerno ang kanilang arts and culture scene. Kaya hindi nakakapagtaka na maraming Filipino artists ang pumunta dito para magtrabaho. At syempre pa, dala nila ang Philippine pride in all their endeavors. Ang una nating panauhin para sa ating anniversary specials ay masasabing isa sa mga pioneering Filipino artists in Singapore. 20 taon na siyang naninirahan dito at gumawa na ng pangalan bilang visual artist hindi lamang sa Singapore, kundi sa buong Asia. Kamustahin natin ang batikang pintor at premyadong cartoonist na si Dengcoy Miel.
Isinilang sa Katbalogan, Western Samar bilang Prudencio Miel Jr. noong ika-30 ng Mayo 1964, si Dengcoy Miel ay itinuturing na isa sa pinakamahusay na editorial cartoonist ng kanyang henerasyon. Kumuha siya ng Visual Communication sa UP College of Fine Arts, subalit tinapos niya ang Bachelor's Degree in Design mula sa University of New South Wales sa Sydney, Australia, kung saan doon din niya nakuha ang kanyang Master's Degree. Estudyante pa lamang sa UP ay naging aktibo na si Miel sa pagiging staff artists sa iba't ibang student publications ng pamantasan. Naging contributing artist din siya sa mga local publications tulad ng Philippine Daily Express, Bulletin Today, Malaya, Business Day, Veritas Midweek at Jingle Music Magazine. Naging chief editorial cartoonist siya ng Philippine Star mula 1986 hanggang 1992, kung kailan siya ay nagpa siyang lumipat sa Singapore. Nagsimula siya bilang assistant art editor sa The Straits Times noong 1992, kung saan siya na ngayon ang senior executive artist na namamahala sa lahat ng illustrators. Isa rin siyang internationally published cartoonist sa ilalim ng Cartoonist and Writers Syndicate na nakabase sa New York at nakapaglathala na ng editorial cartoon sa mga sikat na pahayagan tulad ng New York Times, International Herald Tribune, South China Morning Post, Japan Times, San Jose Mercury News, San Francisco Examiner at marami pang iba. Nailathala din ang kanyang mga editorial cartoons sa mga political cartoon anthologies sa loob at labas ng Pilipinas. At naibilang na rin ang kanyang mga kata sa Best Political Cartoons of the Year sa mga taong 2005 hanggang 2010 sa Professional Cartoonist Index sa Amerika. Sumali na rin siya sa iba't ibang international cartoon exhibits, kabilang na sa Egypt, Germany, Singapore, Amerika at Pilipinas. Ilan sa mga premyong natanggap ni Dengcoy Miel ay ang 1995 The Straits Times Annual Newspaper Awards Illustration of the Year at Special Award para sa front page cartoon series na Mielbox, ang 1997 Singapore Press Holdings Group Illustration of the Year Award at dalawang magkasunod na Excellence Prize sa 19th at 20th Yomiuri Shimbun International Cartoon Contest noong 1998. Isang mainit na pagbati ang hatid ng Art2art sa premyadong editorial cartoonist na si Prudencio Dengcoy Miel.
Magandang hapon, Dengcoy, and welcome to Art2art.
Oo nga, kinagagalak ko kung maging panauhin dito sa iyong show at ako'y masaya rin na makilala ka.
Naalala mo pa ba ang waray? Pwede kang bumati sa mga kapwa mong Samareños dyan?
Maupay nga kulup hay yung tanan. Mga taga-Samar, mga sangkay ko, mga classmate ko na hadto, mga parientes, mga tanan hay iyo. Maupay nga kulup. Wow.
Talagang pinag-isipan mo yun ang mabuti, no?
But it's very simple.
Okay. Well, Dengcoy, I heard you recently underwent foot surgery. Nakaka-relate ako dyan.
Oo nga.
Kamusta ka na ngayon?
Okay na ako. Okay na ako. 7 stitches could probably mean, parang nire-represent siguro siya ng 7 deadly sins, ano? Parang if you look at it and while you're recuperating, siyempre iniisip mo yung 7 stitches could be lust, envy, whatever. So,
okay.
Binibigyan mo ng kahulugan ng mga ganyang bagay kasi nandyan siya and it won't go away because the pain is there. And then you associate pain with yung physicality mo, right? So it's there. So it won't go away. But it can be a source of ideas, actually. So,
really?
Yeah. In fact, I was thinking of what I'm actually doing a cartoon version of what actually happened. So the experience itself, quite some funny moments there. So I will share that with you.
Painting something funny from pain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Painting.
Painting pain. Wow, that's a great idea, actually.
Painting.
O sige, Dengcoy, magbalik tanaw muna tayo. Naalala mo pa ba ang unang-unang drawing mo?
Unang drawing na ginawa ko ay bulkan.
Ilang taong ka?
Mga 5 taon ako doon. Tapos, there's this volcano, and then may mga isda. So that's the first, I do remember that drawing because I kept on going back to it. The reason being that I've seen some newspaper reports and I don't know, could be Albay, right? The Mayon volcano. And I was 5 and of course adults get to talk about it. But Mayon didn't erupt in 1964 or even after that, right? There could be some smoke coming out of it and all that. So mountain, fishes, so that was my first, I was anchoring myself visually through it. So it won't go away. That's why I was able to say that.
Nasa mga archives mo ba yung first drawing mo ng bulkan na yon?
Wala na.
Wala na, sayang.
Pero it's there.
So, kailan at what age mo talagang na-realize na gusto mong maging isang visual artist?
It has been there. I had always been adamant. I mean, I was like, I want paper, I want to draw, I was drawing almost everywhere on the walls of our house when I was small. So it's like, if I cannot get this out, then I wouldn't be able to live. You know, it's like to exist. So I was asking my father, badgering him to get me books and from the library in Samar. And you know how in the provinces they will have libraries behind these cabinets, and you cannot really get them out.
Yes,
So I
you
would
cannot
ask my,
touch the
you
books.
cannot touch the books.
It
So it's so
therefore
pristine
display
after 60 years, still pristine.
yeah.
Because nobody, the library would say, will always say, no, you can't get that out. So I get my father to do that for me because he works as a clerk court. Courts of first instance. He's also a writer, by the way. So I would always get him to get the books that I want from the library.
So, sinuportahan ka ng
Yeah, and,
mga magulang mo
and,
sa desisyon mong maging isang visual
Yes,
artist?
because when I was small, I do remember that he will always bring me wads of band paper from the office, and you cannot do that actually during that time.
yeah.
So he will always bring me that.
Okay.
That's the best. When I get hold of it, and then I get to smell it, and it's just so. Then you have that white band paper that you need to fill in, and that's quite a challenge for me. So
Yeah.
it's always a challenge to see a space.
Yeah.
You know, and then within that space, you get to be God. You create your own universe and whatever
Okay.
things that you. So it's that transference from whatever it is in your mind onto paper. It's there on that surface, and a band paper is not enough. So you get to ask another one.
Wow.
Another one every day.
So you've been drawing since you were 5?
Yes.
So
Even earlier.
Even earlier.
Even earlier.
Okay.
It's like you have that natural progression from an early man, you know, the caveman. When you're 5, you're a caveman.
Evolution.
Yeah, evolution. So when you're 5 or earlier, you're a caveman. Then when you slowly transform into an adult, you go through that process of evolution where until now, maybe I cannot really claim that I have evolved. It's an ongoing process.
Still developing.
Still developing.
Yeah. Still
So,
developing as an
yeah.
artist, of course, every day. What would you consider your big break as a cartoonist?
The big break came when one of the editors saw my work in a compilation, the Straits Times editor. So he saw one of my work in a compilation somewhere, and they asked me to come down, had me interviewed, and I showed them what I have, whatever it is, whatever it is that I have to show them. So they were quite impressed with what I had. And from there, I have to board a plane back to Singapore
Okay.
and take on the job.
Wow.
And that's it. Actually,
And this was 20 years
and
ago?
that was 20 years ago. But even before that, with the support of Milet Martinez Manangkil, my editor in Weekend, I was working at the Express. She was the one who supported me. And then when we moved to Philippine Star, she was the one who took me there with her. And from Philippine Star, it was Betty Gobelmonte who really gave me whatever it is that I need to grow as an artist. She supported me, Milet Manangkil and Betty Gobelmonte. And so
We were talking earlier before we started the program about you knowing Corky Trinidad.
Yes, yes.
Who's like an uncle to me because he was
Yes.
the best friend of my dad.
Yes.
And he had to move to Hawaii because of
yes,
martial law.
yes.
So did you have the same kind of situation?
His is more potent in that sense that it's political, you know. He has to get away in order to, you know, it's that concept of self-preservation. So his is more political in orientation, whereas mine is more economic. So I didn't have to go away. I mean, really didn't have to leave the Philippines because of. But of course, it's also tied up to the Marcoses because Marcoses practically, I mean, economically, you're like refugees, economic refugees. So I can call myself that. So when that opportunity opened up, I just grabbed it, like everybody else during that time.
Okay. So who would you consider your mentors?
My mentors would be Nonoy Marcelo, who took me in. I was doing some of his Ikabod strips when he was still alive, by the way. And of course, you have Larry Alcala. And of course, I would be following works that was done by Corky in the papers. I would scour the papers. I have this. I was insatiable. You know, I cannot really stand still. And I have to do this. I have to seek out what has been done before, so that I won't repeat that. It's like, if it has been done, then I'll have to do a reinvention of that and present it in a new way. And so basically that's it. I mean, it's like, of course, you have others like Ed Aragon in Sydney, Australia, Sydney Morning Herald. And of course, you have Ben Juligo. The list is long. It's very, very long because, of course, even before that, you have Amor Solo. Fernando Amor Solo, who was a cartoonist, Manan Sala. And of course, you have the pre-press guys, Esmeralda Izon. So those are the guys that if you distill all of these guys, I had to distill all of these guys into something called Dengcoy, Miel. So that would have been the process. It's like a distillation process came into force, and what came out of that is me.
Okay.
So it's like that.
So what's it like being you? What's it like being editorial cartoonist of the Straits?
For the Straits Times.
The Straits Times, yeah.
Incidentally, I was given free rein. I can do whatever I want. I mean, within bounds, of course. I can do whatever I want to do, and I was just given this much leeway where I can explore possibilities. If you say you cannot do this, then I'll have to do it in such a way, in an oblique way. So if you present something in an oblique way, of course, the essence of what a true political cartoon is still there, but in a more benign manner. So I had almost perfected that.
Wow.
Not really. As we say, I'm still in the process of reinventing myself. It's always about
and
reinvention.
exploring.
Yeah, exploring, and I cannot really sit still in that sense because there's so much to learn every day.
Yes.
And I have, in fact, if you use a cane, like what is happening now, it's like this is another learning experience. Right?
Yeah.
You're grappling with gravity.
Yeah.
You're challenging it. And, somehow you have a tool, and somehow a cane is just like a pencil.
Yeah.
And you stood on it, and it's like a tool.
Right.
So I have that kind of, you extend concepts and try to associate that with my experience, present experience, past experience, and all that. And
I'm really looking forward to that cartoon,
yes,
Painting
yes,
Pain,
yes,
coming up soon.
Coming up soon, yes.
Yeah, marami pa po
I'll send that to you.
Yeah, okay. Sige. Marami pa po tayong pag-uusapan kasama ang Senior Executive Artist ng The Straits Times ng Singapore, si Dengcoy. Miel, dito pa rin sa Art2art. Magbabalik po kami pagkatapos ng ilang paalala.
Programang hatid ay sining at kulturang para sa lahat. Magbabalik ang Art2art. Schedule ng mga inaabangang konsyerto. Update sa mga magagandang panoorin sa mga tanghalan at teatro. Narito na ang Art2art Calendar.
Narito ang ating Arts Calendar. Sa musika, muling itatanghal ng Philippine Opera Company ang Bagong Harana sa RCBC Plaza, Ayala Avenue Corner, Hilpuyat Avenue, Makati City. Nakatakda ang palabas sa June 6, 7 at June 8, alas 8 ng gabi at sa June 9 at 10, alas 3:30 ng hapon. Tampok sa Ang Bagong Harana ang mga obra ng mga batikang Filipino composers tulad nina Nicanor Abelardo, Ryan Cayabyab, Willie Cruz, Francisco Santiago, Antonio Molina, Resty Umali, George Canseco, Hernani Cuenco, Levi Celerio, Jose Estrella, Constancio de Guzman at Felipe de Leon. Kabilang sa mga aawit sina Carla Gutierrez, Aizel Prietos, Charlie Magalit, Janine Santos, Marian Santiago, Lawrence Hatanya, Jack Salud, Nazer Salcedo, Marvin Gay Ramon at Al Gatmaitan. Para sa tickets, tumawag sa Ticket World at 891-9999. Sa sining biswal, bilang pagdiriwang ng Philippine Independence Day, inihahandog ng kilalang eskultor na si Ramon Orlina ang exhibit ng kanyang pinakabagong mga obra sa Power Plant Mall, Lopez Drive, Barangay Poblacion, Makati City sa June 12 hanggang June 24. Pinamagatang Brilliance. Ang exhibit ay kinabibilangan ng 32 crystal sculptures na may sari-saring laki, kulay at hugis. Maliban sa berdeng asahi glass na karaniwan ang ginagamit ni Orlina, meron ding mga obra na gawa sa amber, amethyst at cobalt. Para sa karagdagang impormasyon, tumawag sa 666-7755. Inihahandog naman ng Flyleaf Project at Buban's Art ang In His Time, ang solo art exhibit ng pastor at artist na si Rodel Buban. Ito'y makikita hanggang June 10 sa Galleria Emmanuel, ground level ng SNL Building, De La Rosa, corner 7th Street, Legazpi Village, Makati City. Sa literatura, kasalukuyang tumatanggap ng applications ang Lamirao Literary Arts Organization ng Northwest Samar State University at ng Calbayog Literary Arts Organization para sa 9th Lamirao Creative Writing Workshop na gaganapin mula November 6 hanggang November 9 sa NWSSU AVR, Calbayog City, Samar. Mayroong 15 slots at pipili ng 3 guest fellows mula sa Luzon, 3 mula sa Kapul para sa Inabaknon language, 6 mula sa Samar at Leyte para sa Waray language at 3 mula sa Southern Leyte, Northwestern Leyte at Biliran para sa Cebuano language. Tatanggapin ang mga entries mula July 15 hanggang August 15. Para sa kompletong detalye, bisitahin ang website na www.panitikan.com.ph o kaya sa www.ncca.gov.ph. Maaari ring mag-email sa lamirao@yahoo.com.
Never before has there been these many stars assembled in a magical evening of dance. Ballet Manila and Manila Broadcasting Company bring you the most scintillating international ballet event of the year, World Stars of Ballet. 9 of the most acclaimed principal dancers from some of the world's most respected dance companies converge on stage at 7:30 p.m. on June 8 and 9 at the Aliu Theater, with lead artists from the Mariinsky Theater, the American Ballet Theater, the Royal Ballet, the English National Ballet, and the Norwegian National Ballet. And featuring our very own prima ballerina, Lisa Macuja-Elizalde with Ballet Manila. World Stars of Ballet, brought to you in cooperation with D&D Art Productions for the benefit of Ballet Manila's Project Ballet Futures. World Stars of Ballet. Special thanks to our major sponsor and official hotel partner, Manila Hotel. Tickets are now available at Ticket World. Call 891-9999 or log on to ticketworld.com.ph.
Usapang sining at kultura para sa lahat. Kasama ang balerina ng bayan, si Lisa Macuja. Art2art.
Kasama pa rin po natin ang veteranong editorial cartoonist na si Ginoong Dengcoy, Miel. Dito sa Singapore, may limitasyon ba ang mga tema na maaaring talakayin sa inyong mga editorial cartoons? Pwede ba kayong pumuna or mag-criticize ng gobyerno?
May limitasyon talaga ang editor. You cannot do anything about it because there's just so many things to consider. You have the racial aspect, and you have the cultural, and then you have the religious. So unlike sa Pinas that everybody else is almost Roman Catholic, we can do anything and say anything about it, right? But here it's like multi-religious, multicultural, multiracial. So we try to be as accommodating and as how do you say, more resilient in our response, or in our getting to translate whatever it is that you're trying to say into a more moderate and acceptable terms. So in a sense, it's safe. So you have, but then again, within that notion of safeness, you can still do something like a visually potent imagery out of it. Just present it in a way that that's a new way of looking at it, and somehow that will induce some sort of a response. Probably they will talk about it. And somehow engage them into it, and of course the after effect would be positive. So that's the whole notion of being able to present it in that way, but being able to discuss about it as well.
Okay. Pero nangyari na ba sa'yo na yung sinabit mong work ay na-disapprove at hindi pwede?
I would. Pinoy ako so sigurador din ako. So I would have two ideas. One is the more what you call that, the more that would offer more critic to
the more blatant
one. And I would have the safer one, but equally good in terms of ideas. So I would present. They will laugh at the more blatant one, but they will choose.
But they will choose okay, the safer one.
This is very good, but we will have to go with this. So it's always like that dichotomy, right? That the duality in the order of things. That of course they will appreciate this, the ideal, as opposed to this one, which is safe. But of course, this is the bottom line is always about having to accommodate everybody.
So did you do the same thing in the Philippines?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. Yes, I would give
two cartoons.
Two cartoons.
Okay.
When my editor was, Pocholo Romualdez was my editor at the Express. I was the youngest editorial cartoonist. I was 17. So I was showing him 2 sketches.
Okay.
And it's the same response. He will laugh at the more daring cartoon idea. And of course he will choose the one which is more. So it's like that. It's always that's how I work. I would always have 2 ideas to present. So it doesn't. So I don't 2 ideas that I would like to present, but I like those 2 ideas. So if I had to draw them, then I wouldn't have. It won't be hard. I won't hurt myself. If I only offer 1 idea and they say, "Oh, you couldn't do this," then I would naturally I'll feel sad.
So who chooses the theme or the subject, the editor or the cartoonist?
So the thing is, what happens in the papers is that in Express, in the Star, they will have the editorial text. Then I'll have to do
the cartoon. In the Straits Times, it's the same. We will have this page, and the text is there. And we will have to do an imagery that will correspond to that text. But not all the time. But but in order for me to have some sort of a discourse, like for example, in a piece where there's one-sided, I would try to offer some sort of
where's the other side
The
of
other
your
side,
argument?
yeah.
So I think they accept that.
Oh, okay.
So that's quite good. I only discovered about that late.
Na pwede pala.
Pwede pala.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, we have that kind of intertextual discourse. So you have the image and you have the text. So together, then that's it.
Okay, balita namin na nag-attend ka ng isang cartoonist convention sa Europe earlier this year. Meron palang cartoonist convention, hindi ko alam. Kwentuhan mo naman kami kung anong nangyari doon.
May email every year. They have this convention, a meeting of cartoonists every year. They will invite cartoonists from around the world, like from the U.S. and Italy, everywhere, and they will have a theme for that year. So my name was chosen for the last year's meeting of cartoonists. So in France.
Wow.
So Paris. So I got there, and I asked them, why me? Because we see your work every day, everywhere. So it's just natural that I get to meet a lot of them there. And I get to talk to French kids, and they're quite amused that, parlez-vous français? A bit like So they were quite, where is Singapore? Then I'll have to tell them, where is that on the map?
Yeah.
So I'll have to explain and say a little bit of history. But of course, this is Singapore, but this is Philippines, where I came from. So I have to tell them the trajectory. So where I came from and how. Then they're quite curious. French kids are quite curious, and I really like that because. So they were asking me questions. How long does it take me to do cartoons? Where do you get the ideas from? And the same questions that every kid around the world will ask.
I'm sure. My own son likes to draw cartoons.
Yeah, and they were quite amazed.
Yeah.
And then of course they will ask you to draw something. Can you draw what does France or Paris means to you? So I'll have to draw something.
Wow. So on the spot.
On the spot. So quite okay. And then we had to discuss about liberties, cartoonist. I couldn't really say something about that because, I mean, everything is a concept, right? Liberty and all that. Then it's just that when someone suffers, it becomes even more acute in that sense.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So it was a fun ride. Then I get to visit the Louvre.
Yes. I'm sure with all the great paintings
yes,
there.
and I was like, it's like when you get there inside, it's like, I'm nothing. So it's like, oh my
No,
God.
that's not true. Kasi punta naman tayo doon sa tinatawag na syndication.
Oh, okay.
Alam niyo mga kaibigan, ang mga cartoons ni Dengcoy ay lumabas sa mga international publications tulad ng New York Times, Japan Times, San Francisco Examiner, Newsweek, at International Herald Tribune. Dahil nga, syndicated ang mga ito. Can you explain to us what is syndication?
Syndication is basically New York Times will get you to be under them, and then they will farm out your cartoons to all the newspapers in the world. So basically, they will carry my name, the publication, the Straits Times, and of course, New York Times syndicate, the syndicate. So how it works is they just give it out.
Yeah.
And they will get a selection every week of the best cartoons from around the world. And it's a tall order because there's a lot of really good cartoonists out there. And somehow I would always get into it if I do submit my cartoons.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, there's proof.
Do they inform you na ginamit ang cartoon mo in
I
all
would
these
just
various
see them in the papers because
nakikita mo na lang.
Nakikita ko na lang. So I would see them in like Newsweek. But Newsweek doesn't carry that card. Doesn't have that cartoon panels anymore. They don't have that anymore. And Asia Week is defunct. Before, Asia Week used to carry a lot of my cartoons. Japan Times, if you look at Japan Times, somehow in a week's time I would have a cartoon or two in there. So that's quite a good sampling of where my cartoons are being published in.
Okay.
So that's good.
Okay.
That's good.
Well, let's talk about you as a painter naman, a visual
Oh, yeah.
artist,
Right.
painter. How different is it?
Creative process is pretty much the same, but then again, you try to shape out or try to look at it in a way that is not. But of course, a painting could be funny. But then again, my themes are rather on the inquiry into religious systems and all that. So it's pretty much like what you call the retablo paintings, the Mexican retablos, where they paint the Virgin Mary and Jesus and all that. But I transpose that into the present, where you have Rizal as Jesus Christ and something like that.
Oh,
So
okay.
It's about mixing these two the old way of doing this type of painting into something like new. So someone from today would like, oh, that's Rizal, and he looks like he's Christ. And what are you trying to say? Oh, it's not for me to say. You'll have to have your own interpretation.
Yeah.
So it's like a Rorschach test.
Okay. And you like oils?
Oils and
Acrylic?
acrylic.
Acrylic.
Acrylic, because you could actually make acrylic look like oil. Depends on how you apply your brush or your water, the consistency of it. And after that, if you want more brighter colors, you add in oil. After you finish your acrylic base, because acrylic is water based, and oil is of course oil.
Yeah.
So it's two different.
And it takes longer to dry. I
It
know.
takes longer to dry. But if you want to do really good highlights, you do it with oil, because the colors are more brilliant.
Okay, so para sa mga gustong maging cartoonist or artist, ano ang maibibigay mong payo?
That's a good one. Good question. Magbasa. Read the news, books, everything. Because cartooning is not principally drawing. Cartooning is writing.
Yeah.
Maybe you cannot really write that well. Or if you cannot distill information from the papers,
Yes.
and translate that into a visual, then how would you be able to do a proper cartoon or a potent cartoon at that? So you'll have to read more and read everything practically, with the classified ads.
And let the picture say a thousand words.
Yes, and that picture say 1,000 words.
That's right. Okay, maraming salamat sa pagbisita ninyo dito sa aming programa, Dengcoy. And of course, salamat sa pagbibigay mo ng karangalan para sa mga Pilipino dito sa Singapore.
Maraming salamat din sa iyo, Lisa.
Mga kaibigan, samahan ninyo kami ulit sa susunod na linggo, 3:30 ng hapon, dito lamang sa Art2art. Ito po si Lisa Macuja, nagpupugay sa artistang Pilipino at sa lahat ng Pilipinong nagmamahal sa bayan.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? All those nights when you've got no lights, the check is in the mail, and your little angel hung the cat up by its tail, and your third fiancé didn't show. Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You wanna be where everybody knows your name. Roll out of bed, Mr. Coffee's dead. The morning's looking bright. And your shrink ran off to Europe and didn't even write. And your husband wants to be a girl, be glad there's one place in the world where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna go where people know people are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name.